quickly, guys, before you get into the podcast, just want to say that it will be on SoundCloud, definitely. It'll be on YouTube. Please, if you're going to listen to it in your headphones, feel free to download it for free from SoundCloud. Press the download button on SoundCloud and listen to it on your iPod or iPhone or whatever. Where could you listen to it, Joe?
Listen to it in the car. Listen to it when you're on a run.
Oh, good idea.
When you're walking somewhere. Whatever you want to do.
Fantastic suggestions by Joe. So, yeah, thank you. Let's go on with the podcast. Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome to the number 8 podcast. I am Dave, and I'm with...
Joe.
Cool, so this is going to be a new podcast that we're going to be trying out called Number 8 Podcast, like I've just said. Should we talk a bit about what it is and what the whole plan?
Yeah, let's
Why
do it. Let's do it.
and where and...
Totally.
Not that we really know.
No, this is kind of like a bit of an experiment, to be honest, just see how it goes. So we're in a house that is numbered number 8.
That's where the name came from.
That is where the name came from. How exciting is that, eh? So original with that. So this is a house that we've used for parties and whatever we wanted to do creatively throughout our history. So it just seemed like an appropriate thing to name a new adventure.
We were going to do the podcast in here anyway, and we couldn't think of a name, so...
Well, yeah, basically.
That's why
we want to just divulge all the secrets.
So, I mean... so, yeah, we both really like podcasts.
Yeah, heavily into podcasts.
So, and we've always wanted to do one. I tried one for a bit as a kind of experiment, I always wanted to see if I could. So I have the kit to record one. Joe has the kit to film one. This is on video as well. So before we start, we should say this will probably be on SoundCloud. It'll be on YouTube as well. We'll put all the links in the description. And hopefully we can get it on iTunes as soon as we can.
Yeah, at some point.
Well. So, yeah, so the podcast is just going to be... I don't know, we'll have different sections, different weeks. We're just going to go with the flow and see what works and see what doesn't, really. So
yeah, I don't think this is going to be it's not going to be very formal. It's going to be, just want to keep it pretty informal, just like a nice little chat.
Yeah, so we'll today we'll probably, we've both brought a subject we want to talk about, which we'll cover, and then we've got a game which we're going to try.
I don't think it's going to go well at all.
So it's kind of like that. If we think of any ideas we want to try out, we'll just do it at the podcast. Cool. Anything else you want to say about the podcast?
Not really. It's just I don't know how you really see it, but it's a way for me and us to just create.
Yeah,
it's something that we can create weekly, whatever. Just there,
and we can just we know the setup. We could just set up, and then just have a chat and then make a video and a kind of audio version as well. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not like we need to
hear my voice then.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just getting emotional about this. I can't wait.
Exactly.
I'm so excited.
But it's not like we need to plan a set and a crew and a narrative and everything. So otherwise, if we want to make a video, it takes ages.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's all
we keep putting it off because we have to do everything. But this, we could just sit down, put the mics on, and hit record. It's cool. Yeah. So we'll have a little bit of just go over slightly what we do, kind of in
who we are
within respect to like media and creating the stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what's relevant. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. We're both heavily into online media and YouTube especially.
That's kind of our crossover point, in that YouTube especially is like something that we both...
Yeah, definitely. And just creating things really is both of our passions. I think it comes a lot easier to you, to be honest.
Well, like I've got a slightly crazy brain creatively, but then practically I think you're pretty good at just getting practical with it. So look, we kind of started making stuff together on a YouTube channel called Jackster and Bones, where we made comedy music videos. But since then, I've been making my own stuff, and I've been in uni. I'm studying sound technology. But Joe, do you want to talk about what you've been up to since we've been doing Jackster and Bones? Kind of.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of where it started off for both of us, really, isn't it? And then we've both kind of, things have come to us.
With Jackster and Bones, it really kicked off as something. Well, we were both really into YouTube. We both wanted to create.
Yeah.
And it was an outlet for us to make our first things, really.
Yeah.
so through that, I taught myself how to use a camera, how to edit,
Yeah.
all these different things. And whilst Dave was in uni, I chose not to go to uni, so I was kind of lost for things to do. I ended up getting an internship at a TV production company, unpaid originally, but then you know, I worked really hard. I showed my commitment, and that turned into a paid thing.
And you stayed there. You're supposed to be there a month, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there. I think it was like 3 weeks or something,
And then you ended up being there
for like 4 months.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that goes
So
to show.
it was a really good thing. It was living and working in London, really fun, totally different to what I was used to doing.
Yeah.
Learned so much through that, and I want to continue that now.
Yeah, it's weird because like I've always been into music and stuff, but videos and creating kind of multimedia content, let's call it, it's been something that we both started together thinking that it's fun because we both enjoy consuming it, and then from that we've done loads. Like you've done that kind of come from us starting and getting into it, really.
Oh,
definitely,
100%,
it
100%.
inspired the passion in both of us. And then I just do my own online stuff with music videos and like vlogging or whatever. I use my degree skills as well and practice them through my videos as well. That's kind of why I'm able to constantly do it, is because I can use what I'm learning, and it's kind of relevant.
It's useful for you because you can fall back on the audio side, the
Exactly.
music, which I'm a musician as well, but not nearly as much as Dave. Like Dave's unbelievable at it.
And the tech side of it, obviously that's what I'm training to learn. I'm learning about it, so it makes sense for me to put it into use as I'm learning it.
Yeah, definitely.
But one thing to say is, like, since we've started, like you're saying about maybe I've got quite a creative brain, but it's very active and creative. But when it comes to filming and cinematography and photography, like, it's been, how long have we been doing it, like, properly? Like a year. I'd say we're fully committed to doing it. And I don't really understand a camera, but your videography and cinematography, is that the same thing?
Yeah, basically.
Photography. I meant to say photography and cinematography. I think you've really invested your time into that this last couple of months, half year and a half or whatever. Haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
I think I bought this camera about a year ago.
Which is the
Canon 70D.
Yeah, it's kind of since you got this camera, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's the thing. We decided we wanted to do it, and I worked really hard to get some money together. I invested my money and time into it.
Yeah.
And that started to pay off eventually.
Yeah. And when we say do it, we like it's it's not what we kind of mean. It's just something creative and involved in online media, something that we can publish and create and post, isn't it? That's what we want to do.
Definitely.
How that manifests itself, we don't really know yet. We're working on maybe creating a business, but there's just so many aspects to it. So hopefully we'll just be able to. This is kind of our first step on committing to something regular, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because we know we're going to be working together here and there and on and off, but hopefully this will be something that we can constantly just come back to.
Churn out all the time would be great.
So that's pretty much it. You spent your time at Amazing Productions?
Yeah, Amazing Productions. Really, really good team over there, making some really good stuff.
Filming and stuff. You worked on what programs did you work on again?
I was a researcher and production assistant for BBC Panorama.
Yeah.
That was for the VW scandal one. That was a really big one. That was really good.
And then you did that really weird thing.
Yeah.
Goes through me.
Yeah, we were hired to make a short for the BBC Three relaunch when they went online.
Yeah.
And
because they took Channel down, didn't they?
Yeah, they took it from TV and put it online.
Yeah.
And we were basically allowed to do whatever we wanted to do, and the director there decided that he wanted to do some. What is going on?
That was amazing.
Amazing. I see what you did there.
Yeah, good one.
The director there decided he wanted to do something on biohacking.
Yeah.
Which is essentially people putting technology into their bodies to
under their skin and stuff.
Yeah, allow them to do other things.
Goes through me.
So, yeah, I was put on that to research that. I also ended up filming it and editing it as well.
Yeah.
For BBC Three. That was an amazing opportunity and great learning experience. But I did have to watch a girl cut open the top of her hand and implant a chip.
Oh, that's so gross.
I know, and the whole day we're filming this really intense interview. Now I'm just building up, thinking I'm gonna have to watch this.
So she was full on like cutting her hand open.
She had this massive like needle, like really thick needle.
Oh, a needle.
Yeah, because she prefers to use that for whatever reason.
I thought it'd be like
And
a
just
razor
kinda
blade.
like and just like inserted it like, and you had to watch it like
Oh.
go up, and she
Oh.
like wiggled it around
Stop
and
it.
things to make a space,
Oh.
and then as she pulled it out, kind of thing. And then she has to obviously like push in the chip
Oh, stop, man.
and just like.
Why did
kind
I
of
bring
thing.
this up?
that
That's
was
so
on you. That
gross.
was on you.
That's cool though. You know, it's cool that they gave you the opportunity to work on your own thing, kind of.
Yeah, it was a great
You know.
experience. Really, really good.
So yeah, so it just goes to show that from us, just having the idea and having some fun making those music videos, we've both kind of gone somewhere with it. And it's gotten us to this point from which we're hoping to build something on.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably end up talking about in another podcast. So yeah, that's us. Should we get on to the next
Yeah.
section
Let's move on.
and then some kind of transition?
In this section, the second section, we're gonna say
That's the name for it, by the way.
Yeah,
Second section.
second section. That's all. We don't really have names for things at the moment. We're like still figuring it out.
Yeah.
But this one is essentially a favorite thing from each of us from the week just gone. So, do you have something?
Yeah, well, mine's not really a favourite thing. It's kind of something that I've been thinking about this week.
Okay, go for it.
But start with yours, because yours is an actual something from this week.
Okay.
It's significant.
All right. Well, yesterday I finally got to see 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I haven't seen this yet, so there won't be any spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
This
But at least I'm
this
going to do my
is
very
kind of
best.
something else, yeah. Go for it.
I'm really bad with that, so I'll try.
Yeah, spoil it and I will be angry.
So I was so excited for this because I've been following a thing called the ARG, which is an alternative reality game. And basically,
Oh, cool.
it's it gives you all the background on characters and the story and all of this kind of stuff. But it's also set in a game.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm shouting.
No, go for it. No, you're not shouting. It's just it's loud.
Okay, sorry. It's set within the universe of 10 Cloverfield Lane and the Cloverfield universe.
So, wait, it's a game.
It's like a mystery.
Okay.
So you're kind of given clues, and everyone's trying to work together to
Yeah.
solve the mystery and get the clues.
Okay.
And it was really, really good. I don't know if anybody's seen it. They probably have, because it's been a massive success.
Yeah.
Which is great because it was also a really, really low budget film,
Yeah.
and the director came from YouTube as well. So
Oh, cool.
it's a really, really cool thing.
That's cool.
So I was like heavily invested in this film
Before you went to see it.
before I went to see it, because like, for the last couple of months, like the first advertising was 2 months before this film came out.
Yeah.
So they left it really last minute, and like,
Well, let's not talk about advertising. What about Deadpool? And like 3 years ago,
Oh
the
my
trailer
God,
came out.
yeah.
Anyway, we won't get
I
into
was
that.
ridiculously excited for that as well.
And then
This has been a great year so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
2016,
Go on.
Yeah, so heavily invested in the film
Before you even watch.
before I went to see it, and I did see it, and wasn't what I expected, but was so good still.
I've heard
really,
it's really
really
good.
Yeah,
Hopefully
Like-
I'll see it this week.
yeah, you should. Definitely should. Go see it. Everyone should go see it. So good.
These chairs are really squeaky.
Really original as well. I know.
Yeah. It's alright. Hopefully I can get it cut it out somehow. If not, then enjoy the squeakiness of our chairs. Yeah. So explain. So what's this ARG thing again?
ARG, alternative reality game.
So is that something you watch? I don't understand.
It's based on Reddit, so it's mostly like text things.
Okay,
and
so is
websites.
it like people kind of trying to? don't-
Yeah, everyone. I know it's a complicated thing.
I feel like the name is kind of making me think it's something it's not.
Yeah, probably.
So is it?
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay, yeah, do that.
So information is being released through the people controlling the ARG. So whether it's like website links and things like this. So there
Yeah.
was a website that was released called Fun and Pretty Things.
Yeah.
And that was essentially, I think it was 9 or 12 pictures.
Mhm.
And they all just had like different pictures on them. But one of them you could click, and it was a picture from a film. And when you clicked it, it came up with a text box. And if you put in the right thing, it took you into another thing, like this
Okay.
hidden
So is it kind of like
messaging service.
hype for the film? Is it got to
Yeah,
do with
yeah,
the
yeah.
film? Okay.
It's all to do with the film.
So it's like kind of hype as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
right,
the
so-
smartest way to like
So
advertise.
like what's it called when you get the audience involved? Interactive advertising.
Yeah, this is
Ah, cool.
pretty much exactly what it is.
Cool. I get it now.
Yeah, but it was a really good one, really fun, and it's great just everyone working together.
So
to,
is
like,
it
try
kind
and do
of
this
like
thing.
gives you kind of hints and then you get further with what you think?
It kind of
You
yeah.
kind of build. Yeah, I think I understand what the concept.
like it was really good. Like you were being fed messages, and
Yeah.
then everyone get really excited. And,
Okay.
you know,
and then like
can't actually do
everyone,
anything
Everyone
with it.
tries to like make a hypothesis of what it's
Yeah.
about. Okay.
basically it just gets people excited. You're not actually solving anything because you're just waiting for the film for the answers.
So you were involved in the hype and you went to see it and it was good.
really, really good.
Cool. You can give a. Actually, no, I don't need to spoil anything.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that.
Cool, man. That sounds cool.
So what's your thing then? That's not really your favorite thing, just a thing.
Yeah, well, favorite thing I was trying to think, and it's nothing really specific. I'm trying to think now, but no. The other day I was just thinking about something. I watched a program. No idea when, no idea what it was about, but I remember this subject coming up, making me think about it. And it's about going to school, like secondary school, or like homeschooling. I think I might have mentioned this to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking like this into this really deep kind of tunnel of thought about is secondary school like, or how necessary I think secondary school is. I think it's also because our school is being where we went to school is being kind of knocked down at the moment.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. So
And the primary school I went to was knocked down a couple
and
of
it's
years
all
ago as well.
changing, and I think that's got me thinking about it as well. But school compared to not being in school
Mm.
is kind of like a. I was thinking it's like a forest. It's like a wild. What it's like? What's the word? You know when you go to somewhere and it's wild. Like bad,
Wild?
like a really bad forest, or like or the desert. I can't remember what it's called.
See, this is what I hate about podcasts because the audience just like, probably like shouting it at you, and
Yeah,
you,
they're
just,
shouting what
you
the word
can't
is.
actually be heard. It's so annoying.
But basically, it's such a hostile environment, and there's so many groups and different ideas, perspectives, and stuff. But you learn so much from going to school and going into that environment. You know.
Yeah. I feel like you learn a lot more from
Yeah.
school about being with people
Yeah.
than you do from the actual lessons.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting onto. Is I was thinking about how much I've learned about social situations from being in school.
yeah.
And I think you're right, because I had an assignment the other day which had a lot of maths involved, and I literally couldn't remember anything from school. And that got me thinking about it as well. I was thinking, but I can remember all the life lessons I learned in school. So, for example, there's groups of there's a hierarchy in there. There's like the
Yeah, of
popular kids, or whatever what there was for us, popular skaters, smokers, that kind of thing. Yeah, I know it's really stereotypical,
There's always the cliques,
but
yeah.
it kind of was. There was cliques, and you're in one or you're not, or you're,
Yeah.
that in itself's quite a weird, scary prospect, because if you want to talk to someone in the other one, it's quite daunting.
Yeah.
But in kind of real life, if you want to talk to someone about something,
I feel like our school wasn't really that bad. to
it
be
wasn't that
honest.
bad,
Like,
but
you
it
still knew
it's
everyone.
still in the environment,
Yeah, definitely.
Also, there's kind of a hierarchy with the boys and the girls, like just from the year down. There's the boys at the top who are stronger or known to be a bit more kind of laddie or whatever, and you learn like, do you not mess with them kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just, the whole thing is like, there's so many social things you learn from going into school: how to deal with people, how to deal with awkward situations, how to deal with different groups of people, and it's such a weird kind of good for some environment, really bad for others environment. You're thrown in with, like, you're never going to be in the situation again in your life where you're thrown in with everyone with every different mindset, and you have to work together. You're never going to be in that situation again. But being in that situation is, for me, is like a really necessary part of growing up, because you learn so much, and you kind of you know how to deal with people a bit more.
No,
Am I
definitely.
making sense? You see where I'm coming from?
100%. But here's a question: do you think there's a movement at the moment of kids being allowed to just learn what they want to learn? How do you feel about that?
What do you mean, like in school?
Yeah, just kind of if they fancy learning about this topic, then they get taught that topic.
All right. Well, if we're going to get deep into this,
I'll probably cut it, to be honest.
in my opinion, to do with school, I think that it's kind of the setup. I don't necessarily agree with it, or not disagree with it, but it's not what I would do.
Yeah.
Because we're in a kind of society where the English, maths, all the academic so-called subjects are seen as better, seen as more appropriate, basically you're in a society like learn the skills, go for work for a company, make your money, and that's not my beliefs. I think
No,
you
at all.
if you're good at something, that's what you should be working on, and then you should be hoping or aiming to get paid to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Not just to learn what people consider the key skills, and then
Well, that's the thing, because I don't think either of us are particularly academic at all.
No,
But that's how kids are judged to be smart or not.
exactly.
It doesn't matter how good you are at art or music or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you're no good at maths, English, science,
Yeah.
then you're like, well, you're not one of the smart kids.
And the thing is, if you're going to be successful, you can be rubbish at them and be good with people.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can be, successful in that aspect. It's like loads of big entrepreneurs. A lot of entrepreneurs actually are people who left school and were inspired because they didn't succeed.
Yeah, definitely.
in school. But I think there should be some kind of structure, because that's another thing about school. What you're learning, almost irrelevant, but having like people who you have to respect, like your teachers, calling them sir and Mrs. I think that's something that we should learn.
Yeah.
And the structure is good. It teaches us about.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think this could translate into, you went to uni, I didn't go to uni.
Yeah.
And I could not do uni at the time. I think the option is still there for me, but I don't see what I'd get out of it at this point.
Same. But this, for me, since early on in school, I knew what course I wanted to do. And the thing is, I remember when I was in school, even before I took my GCSEs, I approached the music teachers and everything, asking them if they could run a music tech course, because I knew they had ran one. And I asked them, and I kind of said, I'm hoping to do it in uni, and it never happened. And I remember getting involved in bits and bobs, them trying to help me, trying to show me, but it's not their fault. But they didn't know what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
And I remember there's this thing in when you're making music on a computer called MIDI, which is musical instrument digital interface. So basically, it's like you have a keyboard or any kind of controller, and when you play a note, it just sends the information to the.
So it turns it into like ones and zeros.
Yeah, it turns into ones and zeros and then plays it back on a digital instrument, basically.
Okay, cool, yeah.
But this thing called MIDI, I remember trying to get our music teachers to explain it to me, MIDI, and they were like, oh no, it's just when you play a keyboard. And I was like, but why wouldn't it just be called a keyboard? And I couldn't comprehend it the whole time. But they didn't know how to explain it. And then within the first weeks of uni, you cover it, So that's just an example. So I think you should be able to have the opportunity to learn what you want.
Oh, definitely.
But I do think it's necessary to have some kind of structure.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I would say school is very, very important, but not necessarily for the reasons that it's proposed.
Exactly. Yeah, that is my point. You just put it into a sentence. And with that, there is some stories from school that I think are good examples if you want to hear them.
Yeah, I think we do.
This is one that I don't think I've ever told anyone. I might have told someone.
Ooh.
Well, when I was in primary school, before secondary school, right?
Wow, really going back.
I used to wear vests under my t-shirts.
No way.
I kind of still do, but that's cool.
Yeah, whatever.
No problem with vests. But I also, this is the bad part, I used to put like talcum powder under my armpits.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I remember the first day, year 7 of school, I had games, right?
Wait, year 7? This is secondary school.
This was in first day of secondary school. We were in the change rooms, all the boys. It's kind of a new experience.
Whoa, Dave.
No, you know what I mean? Very, very kind of laddie, like games teachers. And it wasn't like in the changing rooms. It's like a shack.
It was horrible, yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. But I remember taking my top off, getting changed, and some of the boys around me going, oh, why does it smell like nappies? Lesson 1 learned. First thing I ever learned in school, don't put talcum powder on your body.
That's so funny. But they used to do that. That was what old antiperspirant was. We're like,
I know that's kind of why he did it because that's
Yeah,
what I thought.
It's funny you should bring up the first day of secondary school because I wasn't there.
When you?
I made it halfway
We
through.
will.
Yeah, I made it halfway through the assembly. So like first day of secondary
Your mum
school.
told me this.
Yeah, what were like 11 or whatever age it is. Halfway through, like
Oh.
half an hour in or whatever, I have to leave because I'm going to be sick.
Yeah, the teacher told you to go, didn't she?
Yeah. Well, it was head of games. The
Was
really
it?
laddie guys, Mr. Reed. Yeah.
Is it?
And he
No
was just
way.
like, all right, head outside. I went through the doors and just puked all over the wall.
Nice.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, so that's an example. That's like, I know that's a stupid example, but it's kind of like, I remember that, and I remember other things like getting involved in situations which maybe I shouldn't have, or maybe I should have. Like there was one where I can't remember who it was, but someone was being picked on, and I remember, should I get involved? Like, and I did, and it turned out it was the best option. It wasn't like a physical confrontation or anything, but it just turned out that it was going on because no one was saying anything about it.
Yeah.
And then
I remember that happened a fair few times.
yeah, and that kind of thing happens a lot in school. But yeah, have you got any other funny stories from school? I've got millions, but I'm not sure this is the time to cover all of them.
No.
There's a couple I don't really want to share.
Were you happy to share the armpit one?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, fair.
That's all right.
I remember when I was in primary school, the very first day of primary school, I wasn't allowed to play because we had break time and then lunch time, and then after we had lunch, we were allowed to go outside to play.
Okay. Yeah. I remember.
And at break time, the first one, you got to have a snack as well. Great, no problem. I remember thinking that on the second time we went out to play after lunch, we could have a snack as well. So I saved my Jaffa cakes till then,
It's a good idea.
and I brought out my. I know, right?
Very logical.
I brought out my Jaffa cakes, and I was told I wasn't allowed to bring a snack out at that point, and I
no.
had to go and sit by the doors whilst everyone played
Oh,
and
mate.
eat my Jaffa cakes.
That's
I was
terrible.
so like self-aware at like the age of like 4 or 5 or whatever, and
Yeah.
like I kept that with me. That damaged me for years.
Poor Jaffa cakes.
I know, just being called out in front of everyone. First day of any school.
I can't believe it. Welcome to section 3.
So we're having fun with this one, aren't we?
Yeah, we've decided that the third section of the podcast, well, it's not really a third section, this section, whatever, is going to be...
This one is the third one.
Yeah, this third section of the podcast is going to be a fun game kind of section.
This is going to be the only fun section,
And
essentially.
Yeah, everything else is going to be terrible.
It might not even be fun.
Yeah, this won't be fun.
Probably won't be.
But we tried to think of a couple of games. I came up with a couple. Joe couldn't comprehend one for the life of him, even though it was the most simple game.
I got really frustrated because he was not explaining himself at all.
Yeah, basically. No, we won't go into it
Yeah, listen.
because I don't want you to all hate Joe. So
Oh, thanks. I think they'll side with me. You can actually see how
it's only because I said
incomprehensible
that
you were.
one word. Anyway, so the game we're going to play
Oh god.
is we each give each other 2 words, and then you have to get from one word to the other by really random associations. And it probably will be terrible and won't work.
I am going to be terrible at this.
I know, that's why it's going to be so hilarious. So,
Okay. Who's going first?
well, it's up to you.
All right, you can go first. 'Cause
What,
it's
so
your
I give
idea.
you them?
No. You get to associate.
Okay,
first,
so
I'm
you-
going to do yours.
Oh, don't look at my screen.
I'm not. Don't
Okay,
look at mine.
so give me the 2 words.
Stool and frisbee.
Oh, all right. What? All right. What? How can I do it fast or slow?
You can do it however you want to do it.
Because I've already done it. Okay, so stool is another word for poo.
It is indeed.
What's the last word?
Frisbee.
Um,
You've already done it, but I can't remember.
people poo.
Yeah, they do.
Animals poo. Dogs poo. A dog is an animal. Dogs like frisbees. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Nailed it. I think I was supposed to drag it on a bit longer than that, but I it just came straight away.
Okay, firstly, when I wrote down stool, in my head, it was like, that's another word for poo. So I'm glad we both went for the same thing there.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yes,
genuinely.
I honestly didn't think that.
Also, do dogs like frisbee or do they just like catching stuff?
Well, they play with frisbees. You know,
Well, they play with balls
There's
as
an
well.
association there.
And sticks, I think it's just the catching of things.
Yeah, why don't you just be a sore loser? Okay.
I didn't lose.
You
You
ready?
did the thing. Oh, bugger, yeah. I'm not looking forward to this. Oh no.
Okay, the first thing, seaweed.
Seaweed. Okay.
Second one is spots that you get on your forehead.
Okay. So
Don't yet.
seaweed is in the sea.
Yes.
People go swimming in the sea. The sea is full of salt.
Yes.
The salt clogs up your pores, which gives you spots that you can't get rid of for whatever reason.
And sometimes that means on your forehead.
Yeah. Was that part of the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Wow,
They're
that
on
was
your
good.
forehead. I can't
That
believe
was a
I
good
did
one.
it.
That was actually really good.
Cheers,
I wouldn't
man.
have gotten it.
Really? I think you totally would have done that.
I wouldn't have gone that way, I don't think. I
No?
would have gone a really stupid way, I think.
What would you have done?
I don't know.
What
But
would you do?
unless are the words you give me, I can't tell you.
Oh, that's
So
fine.
give me this. We've got other ones.
Yeah, there's one more.
Because obviously this is, you guys are finding this so hilarious.
Yeah, this is the most fun
This
thing
is the
ever to
best game
happen
Okay,
on
go
a podcast.
Give me your
Oh,
two.
hang on.
Go on,
We're just
sorry.
on the screen saver.
That's right.
Pipe and windowsill.
Pipe and windowsill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on, Dave.
Pipes
Yeah.
are people sometimes refer to their arm muscles as pipes.
I did not expect this way, yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
It's an adventure.
Arm muscles are on people's arms,
That is very true.
and that involves forearm muscles, triceps, and biceps. Biceps
Good job.
rhymes with no, it doesn't.
Do you want to backpedal?
Wait a minute.
Okay.
With biceps. Biceps has the word pie in it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay, start again.
No, I'm still
Oh,
going.
okay.
You can have fish pie. You can have apricot pie. You can have.
I think I know where you're going.
Do you? You can have any pie that you want to.
And where would you put that pie to cool it down?
You cook pies in the oven.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not oven
Okay,
allowed.
I'm trying
to. I've got it.
Trying to give it to you.
I finally made the connection
Okay.
that you were going for. I knew this was what you were going for. You're
Yeah,
such
yeah.
a sneaky little one.
That's me.
Anyway, so you can cook pies in the oven. The oven is hot. Some might even say piping hot.
Okay.
And piping has the word pipe in it. You're welcome.
No, you haven't got to the
What was the word? I forgot what it was.
You started with pipe. You're trying to get to windowsill.
Pipe in my head. Come on, Joe. This can't fall apart. This is a rock solid game. Okay, let's start again.
Oh my god, I was sure you had it, and then you just did a complete U-turn.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Pipes. Pipes has the word pie in it. Kind of. But we're going to go with this one because I can't go again. Has the word, the word pie in it.
Yeah.
There is an advert about a pie that's left outside a window on the windowsill. Do you remember the advert? Oh,
No,
And-
I don't.
let's just go with that because it's falling apart here.
See, that's where I sure you were going when you got to pipe originally.
I was going
Before you went back to pipe.
I was like, pipe. I'm sure it's pipe. It's just that word was stuck in my head. But I tell you what, if the game was getting from one word to that very same word, I would be so good at it.
You would have just won. World champion,
Okay,
Dave.
I do think that you. Yeah, I lost that one. That was shocking. So
Oh,
wait a minute. So you
wow.
definitely got the first one. How many have we done?
We've done 3, but you did 1 twice.
Okay, so you've had your one. I've got one. If you get this one, you win.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize we're actually keeping score.
Of course we are.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay.
Flipping it. Can't believe that. Okay. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
pig nose rings.
Pig nose rings.
Yeah, like pigs.
Okay.
Nose rings.
Okay.
Japanese knotweed.
Ooh, pigs.
I just made it. This is an easy one.
Pigs nose rings. Pigs nose.
Oh yeah, it's got to be the nose.
Pigs nose rings
Yes.
are attached to pigs.
I knew he was going to do this.
Pigs eat just about anything.
Including.
Sometimes. Including Japanese knotweed, but I was going to go somewhere else first.
Go somewhere else. Because we can't have to.
They eat anything. Sometimes they're used as organic lawnmowers to clear things.
Oh.
One of the things that is often in the way is Japanese knotweed.
Wow.
Boom.
Do you know, like... yeah, so you win.
So are goats.
You win the games.
Yeah, I do. Always.
I think it... Is it...
Hashtag winning.
I think it's sheep and horses. Oh, no, sheep and cows. They are terrible for
Yeah.
mowing your lawn.
Okay. Goats are really good.
Well, yeah, goats and horses are really good and pigs are really good because they eat everything like weeds.
Yeah.
But sheep especially, they only eat the grass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it's sheep. It's one of them. So like, you can have like, if you have sheep in your garden, you're like, oh great, he's like mow my lawn, and then you come back and then it's just all weeds then.
Yeah, nothing
So-
but weeds.
Yeah, nothing but weeds. Oh dear. Should we do it another round?
If we
I
can
thought
think
that
of some
went pretty
words.
well.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
So you just went. So you have to try and quickly think up 2 words for me.
Okay. I'm going to make a note of them so we don't get in the same situation we were before.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to keep reminding me what the second word is because I'm not very good. Okay, I've got your word. Yeah, I've got your words.
Okay, I've got yours as well.
Give them to me.
Keys and thatch roofs.
Oh, interesting.
Go for it.
So, keys are for doors. Houses have doors.
They do indeed.
Houses also have roofs.
This was way too easy.
Some roofs have tiles. Some roofs have wood. Some are thatched.
Do they?
Smashed it, nailed it. So yeah, I'm going quick because
Yeah,
we don't
way too
want to go where we went before
No.
because I'll end up saying keys, and then going back to
Just the keys.
doors have keys. Keys. It does.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So yours.
Okay.
Baby lions.
Or cubs.
Baby lions.
Okay.
Flipping know it all.
Sorry. something like that.
Wet towels. This is a tricky one.
Oh, this is a tricky one. Okay. Baby lions
Yep.
are sometimes orphaned and kept in captivity.
Oh.
Sometimes they need to have a bath. They need to be dried off with towels.
I'm
The
not
towels
sure
are then wet.
I'm not sure that works.
I think it does.
Because you could just say it with anything, like keys. Sometimes people throw them on their roofs. I think I win that one. Okay, so it's a draw. It's 2-2. Let's end it there. Let's end it at a draw. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 2. I lost 1.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'll give
It might be 3-1-2 to you, actually. No, you lost 1. 2-2.
Game's over. Woo!
Game's over. Okay. So the fun section's over.
So this is a section I've named Nice News from the Recent Past.
Oh.
Yeah, because I
That's
thought it'd be
cute.
nice to end on something nice.
Yeah, because no one ever reports nice news. It's
Yeah, exactly.
fucking annoying. And the thing is, like, I always think when the news comes on and there's news that's not bad news, I'm always like they have like a, you know, like they have a story which is like, oh, the dog festival in Cheltenham today is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no.
And they have like a reporter there, like filming dogs with pigtails.
It's amazing.
Yeah, with pigtails and stuff, and you're like, oh, there's no news today.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's
they only
really
do
slow.
good. They only do good news if nothing's bad happened. It's like you can surely find some better things than than the miniature pigs in AMY. I don't know why I went with him.
That was so random.
But okay, cool. So we're both gonna say something nice-ish that we've seen in the news.
Nice.
Go.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I know what you're gonna go for.
Yeah, my one that I've gone for is Eddie Izzard running 27 marathons in 27 days.
It's pretty impressive.
It's really impressive.
But I think the more impressive point, it was for Sports Relief, right?
It was for Sports Relief, and the 27 was for the amount of years that Nelson Mandela was in jail.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But also, the most impressive part of it is he missed a day, didn't he? So
Yeah, he was ill, missed a day.
you have to do one day, you have to do 2 marathons.
Yeah, on his last day, which was Sunday when we were recording, he had to do 2 back-to-back.
Which is insane.
Absolutely crazy.
To put it into context, after 12 miles of running, your body starts to degenerate.
That's degenerate.
Degenerate. Yeah, but so basically, you're not supposed to do more than 12 miles. I know everyone does marathons and super marathons and stuff, but still,
Yeah.
that goes to show like doing that every day. But if you look at him after, he is literally just like tiny.
Yeah, but he's like 57 or something as well.
Yeah,
Something
it's insane.
crazy.
It's crazy. It
That
is
man's
crazy.
unbelievable.
I run a half marathon before, and it was very tiring. So
I've never done that distance.
So I couldn't imagine doing that. It's
No,
insane.
it's ridiculous. But the amount of time it must take as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder like what his first marathon. I bet they keep to a really steady pace. So
Must do.
he probably even started slower and then
Yeah.
got faster.
The crazy thing as well is that his trainer had to train him to be able to run 2 marathons back
After
to
missing the
back.
day, yeah.
after
yeah.
missing the day. Yeah,
During the marathons,
yeah.
wasn't
So
it?
he's doing the marathons whilst training to do a double marathon at the end.
That's insane.
That is just unbelievable.
Obviously, he'll have to adjust his pace and his timing and everything so that
To be capable of
he'll
doing
be capable.
it.
Yeah, it's just
It's unreal.
that's cool. That's good news.
Yeah.
Mine is. I need to search it because I can't remember. Oh, I forgot I had a WikiHow open for how to be cool at school.
Well, we'll save it for the school podcast.
It's so funny. Okay, yeah, we will.
Bookmark it.
Mine is the boat. What is it? Okay. You have to help me out.
Yeah.
So there's a British
It's a
polar
research
explorer
boat. Yeah.
boat, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
And
going to go for the poles.
some really intelligent guy included in the
Whoa,
project.
whoa, whoa, hang on. So they've opened up a competition
That's what I was
to
going
name
to say.
it.
No, that's what I was going to say. Some guy involved decided to open it up to the public to name it, didn't they?
Yeah.
But even though they've kind of said that we might still do what we want.
yeah, they're going to have final say, but
And
the public
so
can put forward names.
the second place name has about 20,000 votes, or 10 to 20,000.
Mhm.
The first place one has over 250,000. And what's the first place name again for this boat? This really, top of the scale boat.
Yeah. So this is for the Royal Science.
Yeah, real
people.
scientific, proper stuff. So the name is,
Boaty McBoatface.
I mean, that's cool.
It's fantastic. Truly,
I
truly
hope,
wonderful.
I really hope it happens.
I
It won't
really
though,
do.
because nothing fun ever gets.
Yeah, but
gets
they
through.
did an interview with the guy who put the name forward, and he was like, "Everyone's saying it's super British. Everyone's in favour of it."
Yeah, yeah. He was like, when you submit a name, you have to give a reason why. And he was
Yeah.
like, and my reason why was because it's a stand-up name. or something.
yeah, it's
And
like
he
it's
was
a really good name.
yeah, and I stand by that.
Yeah.
But then he cracked up laughing. So-
Yeah,
But that would be amazing. That would be really cool.
it would be so good. My other favourite one on there is just boat.
Yeah.
I would love it if there was a boat
Yeah.
just called boat.
Yeah, no, because it's what it's gonna be the name and something.
It's the RS.
Yeah.
No, RRS. So it's a
RRS.
research one, yeah.
So,
RRS. Boaty McBoatface.
Or RSS boat. Amazing. Cool. Is that it?
I think that's it for
Cool.
nice
Wicked.
news.
So first podcast, guys, let us know if you listen.
Yeah, that would be great.
Good. Well, we had a good time. So
Yeah.
and we'll be doing another one soon. We haven't really decided how often we're going to do them, but we at least bi-weekly, hopefully weekly. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see
That's
how it
that's
goes.
what we want to be publishing. I mean, it's fun to do. I think we'll have a chat about it now, and I'm pretty sure we're on the same page there. We'll be carrying on and cracking on. Comment if you enjoyed it. Download it, listen to it on your. I should have said this at the beginning. Oh well.
we can do something at the beginning anyway.
Yeah. But I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, we'll see you in the next one.
Feel free to leave comments and questions and everything.
Yeah, please do.
All this kind of
Please
stuff. It all
comment.
helps us out.
You could interact on the for the next episode of the podcast.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. Thank you very much for
See
watching.
you later.
Ciao.